Okay, sweet. Here we are. Um, cool. Hey, Sid. Hey, everyone else. We are live from
We live,
the North Bay
live
of
from
San Francisco
and
and also Costa Rica.
Nosara, Costa Rica.
Yes. Cool. So let's go ahead and the plan for the day is on my screen here. You can see this too, right, Sid?
Yeah,
Oh, it's, okay, sweet. So what we're gonna do a little warm up. Then we're gonna do some mashing. Um, and then we're going to get into power cleans today. Actually, cleans in general. So we're going to do a 3 position clean. That's a full clean at different positions on one at the top of the hip, one from the knees, and then one from the ground. And we're going to do 7 by 3 basically. So every 80 seconds, so we'll have about a minute of rest in between each of these rounds. Finally, for the actual Metcon, we're going to do another 4-time workout, like we did last time, Sid. So it's going to be a 21-15-9 of power cleans and knees to elbows. So it'll be
got it.
pretty, it'll be pretty aerobically gassing. This will be really painful, um,
Okay,
but it'll be great, and we'll see how long it takes. I'm hoping. I think in this case it should take less than. I think for you probably in the 8 minute range we can do like another, 8 to 10 minute time cap on that. But that's kind of where I'm imagining it'll be. But without
cool.
further ado, let's just go ahead and start warming up. And actually, what I'm gonna do for 5 seconds, I'm just gonna grab my yoga mat. It rained last night. I actually the um, the tarp came in yesterday, so today I'm gonna, or sometime in the next couple days, I'm gonna put this thing up so I don't have to like worry about this, the rain coming down, because it's gonna rain all the time. So um, I'm just gonna grab my
Yeah,
yoga
you're
mat.
entering that rainy season in the Pacific Northwest, man.
So, um, how is it in Costa Rica right now? Is it super rainy?
Yesterday was the biggest downpour of the entire season, and it only lasted for about 10 minutes.
Wow.
But dude, it was wild. But it was great because I was taking an afternoon nap, just helped me
Oh, cool.
sleep. Super meditative.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
listening
definitely.
to rainfall in Costa Rica is dreamy.
Yeah, dude, I agree. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and we're gonna do some founder stretches. We'll do some. You know what? I'm gonna just get this off here really quick. So we don't really need all of all of that just to begin with. So yeah, so wide stance, externally rotating the arms, elbow pits facing up, and arms as high as we can get them. And then we're gonna just kind of bend down here, let the lumbar curve, slack off, and then regain that lumbar curve again. So let's go ahead and do about 5 in the middle on center. Sorry, in the middle on each side, so left and right, keeping the legs relatively straight, so I'm not locked out, but I am, hinging at the hips primarily, not here. So elbows, so knees are back. Really just
Ah, dude. Ah.
All right, so we finished with all 5 of those on each side. Let's go ahead and do just a bit of. First of all, we can kind of just do it without any weight at all. A little bit of Jefferson curls, or just kind of draping over here. Just kind of keep the legs relatively straight. Just kind of wobble around here. Stretch out the way back. QLs. We're going to get into those muscle groups quite heavily. Um, when we do these cleans here, so we really want to be loosened up. also swaying side to side here, really stretching both sides. Then if you want to go ahead and grab a 10 or 20 pounds.
Yep.
All right, so I just have a couple 10-pound plates, and so what we're going to do is just do the same thing. And these Jefferson curls here, we're really going slowly, inch by inch, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming down all the way. If I have to lift it up with my legs, with my biceps a bit, I can do that. That's totally fine. So I can really stretch as much as I need to in the low back. So what we can do here is do a few in the middle, a few on the right side, keeping your legs relatively straight here. We're not locking out, but we are keeping them relatively straight. So you're going to feel this in your hamstrings, you're going to feel this in your low back. And so just alternating side to side, middle.
Any more? It also stretches the legs at the same time.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, the IT band as well on the sides.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so when you're done with maybe about 5 or so in the center, 5 on the right, 5 on the left, you can go ahead and put these plates down. Let's go ahead and just do some inchworms as well. Inchworms with some push-ups. And so, pretty simple formulaic kind of warm-up, but I think honestly it's pretty much always effective. So we'll just go ahead and walk the hands out into a push-up position, push up, and then with relatively straight legs here, walk the legs up, stand up. Reverse. So walking the legs back, doing your push-up, walk the hands back, and stand up. So let's go ahead and do about 5 of those. Sid, did your friend get your stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, it's Sunday, it arrives. All of it.
Oh, sweet. That'll be great.
Yeah.
What I'd like to do a bit more of is, I think you bought a jump rope. I like jump roping during a warm-up. These types of warm-ups that we're doing right now were great for like postural things and muscle activation. Jump roping itself is just fantastic for just getting the blood flowing.
Yeah.
I'm assuming people don't have access to a rower, otherwise I'd use a rower. Actually, what I'll probably do is we'll do warm-ups and I'll just say, okay, if you've got a rower, use a rower. If you got jump rope, use a jump rope for like 2 minutes or whatever. So either way is fine. Okay, cool. So now let's go ahead and we're going to basically just take a long lunge and press the foot forward. Sorry, I'm going to just grab this.
Connor, can you keep this stretch going? I'll be right back.
Sure.
Yeah, keep it going.
Yeah, sweet. So, all right. So we'll go ahead and just take a deep lunge here, pressing the hip forward, and actually squeezing that back hip as well. Okay. So we're feeling it in this hip flexor. So we're gonna do we'll do a little bit of a Samson stretch. So we're gonna go up overhead and reach, We are going to do knees to elbows today, so I want this hip flexor relatively, in a good position. Okay, so we'll do that. And then what we can do is we'll do a little bit of a complex here. So we're going to go here, planting the left arm, taking the other elbow all the way down, and then reaching up. And then we plant the other arm, switch legs, drop the knee, reach out forward with the hips, reach up and over with the arm, stretch here for about 5 seconds or so. Same thing, come down, plant the right arm, left elbow comes down. You can kind of stretch out to the side here. You can see that my knee is kind of externally rotated, and then reaching up. Switch again. We'll do probably about 5 on each side here, or 3 to 5. So good stretch here. You can just go at your own pace. We'll do this for a minute or two.
I'm now understanding that I can't actually take my my headphone off, or it will disconnect us. So, lesson for the future. Sorry about that.
Okay. Yeah. No worries.
We're doing a lizard pose.
I don't know what you mean by lizard pose, but we're doing elbows on the ground, reaching up, and then switching legs. Also doing a bit of a Samson stretch here, so pushing the hips forward, and then reaching up here, up and over, so that you'll find that this back hip flexor, you're stretching that back hip flexor. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Pressing
Wow.
those hips forward. Yep. Good.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So Sid, you want to keep doing that if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the other side.
Yeah. Okay, sweet. So what we're gonna do as well is I want to spend a solid. What's our time at? We'll spend about 8 minutes on mashing, and so what I want to do with this mashing here is, once again, we're going to do cleans, and so the cleans, just a quick, brief, movement demonstration of what a clean is. It's going to look like this.
Wow, that is a great stretch.
Yes. Yeah, so once again, what a clean looks like is this. And so that's what we're going to be doing during the workout. And as a result, we're going to want to kind of mash a couple things. Oh, then the other one that we're going to do is, during the actual Metcon, is knees to elbows. Knees to elbows, you can see me here, looks like this. So we're going to want to kind of get these hip flexors, some of these lats as well, and then also the low back and hips. So that's what I would
Got it.
suggest we do on this. Actually, I'll just do a quick little timer here. I'll set it for about 8 minutes. Boop. And we'll just auto start it starting now. Cool. You can see it there on the screen. So just figure out with your own sense and feel.
What is the
what
most
thing-
activated muscle that is used in that workout?
Well, what is the most activated muscle? I would say low back. The low back for stabilizing, and then I would say, well, really the hips are going to drive this thing up.
Yeah,
The
right?
thing
That's
is,
what I was
like,
thinking.
Yeah, I mean every single what we do. The purpose of these movements is that they are so kind of functional in the sense that we really do use each muscle group to the max that it can do, in the sense of, so I'm as you guys can see, I'm kind of on my hip right now. I'm kind of going on my right side, and I'm just kind of getting in there. I think that's important to me. But the thing is, each muscle group is going to kind of go to its relative maximum. Like each one is trying its relative hardest, I would say. So if you're a well balanced athlete, if you're not a well balanced athlete, let's just say you're quad dominant. So what that means is your quads are stronger than your hamstrings relatively. Therefore, if you're doing the movement correctly, your hamstrings are going to feel this more because your quads are effectively too strong. Your quads are level 50 and your hamstrings are level 40. If you've got a 5-person group playing an RPG, your level 40 person is going to stand out as being the weak link.
Yes, understood.
So, it really depends on the balance of the athlete, and once you are
Yeah.
balanced, you're going to find that basically your legs as a whole, your hips as a whole, and your low back as a whole, all are actually quite challenged by this. Does that make sense?
Yes, totally. Thank you.
Yeah, so I know that was a more nuanced answer than you were hoping for, but
No, it's like that's the exact answer I was looking for. So it makes sense.
cool.
That's what's missing today is nuance. That's why. Wow, dude, my IT band.
Yeah,
I can be working my IT band right now if that's where it's tight, yeah?
perfect. Yeah, I mean it's gonna. I mean, this is certainly a leg type of thing, and
Oh my goodness.
I think it's a good idea. In fact, I should probably get on that as well. I'm gonna do that after I finish it.
Yeah, it's quite wow. And so, man, what a combo. Earlier we did the thrusters this week, and then we're going right into the jerk movement. That's a heavy combo.
Well, we're doing cleans today. We're not doing jerks.
Sorry, cleans. Yeah, I've still
Yeah.
got my terminology down.
Yeah, I figured with your shoulder the way it is, I didn't want to push it with the jerks today.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, the thing is like, high-level athletes could literally squat every day. And, not saying that that's necessarily always the best thing, but we actually do have an ability to recover relatively quickly. If you've got 2 days of rest, or you basically did this workout on Tuesday, now it's Thursday. Um,
Yeah.
you this isn't too much. You may still
No.
feel a bit sore, but like you're pretty fine right now, I would imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's true because it's like manageable, um, manageable boundary pushing,
Mm-hmm.
I would say.
Yeah, there's we do what is called a hormetic response, and so hormesis. This is kind of a nice little thing. Like if we got an 8 minutes of just chatter here while everyone's mashing, it's kind of Connor can go on his little rants.
Yeah.
But um, so hormesis is basically that's the stimulus. It's the stimulus and response kind of cascade, so to speak. So if you can imagine, you've got like a little bit of you've got like a graph where you've got. This is hard to explain, but you are damaging your muscles in the short term, and then over time your body is hypercompensating. So 2 days later you're stronger there than when you were the first time, but for the first half a day or a day you were weaker, and so at some point
Yeah.
you're you've reached that kind of threshold where your body overcompensates for the load. And so the best thing that we can do is figure out what is the kind of what is the best timing element of when to do the next workout for particular muscle groups, but also keep the body guessing, because constant variance is also important to allowing your body to hypercompensate, to continue hypercompensating rather than simply just compensating, because that sometimes happens if you do something that's too formulaic for the body. It'll say, "Oh, I know the game here, and therefore I'm only going to, get back to the original level rather than hypercompensating or getting much stronger." So that's kind of the theory in general.
And you said you can use this ball on your lower back too?
Oh yeah, I do. I think especially.
I've never used it on my lower back, so I don't really know.
Yeah, I like to kind of do it on my tailbone, which is called the coccyx.
Yeah.
COCCYX. And then I also like doing it on the sort of like actually in between the vertebrae to kind of get those small muscles, and then also at the iliac crest, which is sort of the hip, the back hip bone, at the top of that, to kind of get the insertion of kind of a lot of muscle, even your lats attached there. At that little place there. So.
Wow. Right where it meets the upper buttocks and the lower back.
Yes.
Holy.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
That is
Okay.
wild.
Well, I'm still enjoying this. I'm just gonna add another minute of this.
Cool. Me too. I'm with you.
And by enjoying, I mean not. So.
Embrace the suck.
Exactly.
A wise man once told me.
Cool. I like also getting the lats too. The lats are going to be tested during our knees, or our toes, our knees to elbows, and then also we use our lats in order to pull the bar back on the cleans. So, that's kind of a good one too. So we'll just do maybe another minute or so.
Oh man.
And then when you're ready, just go ahead and grab barbell.
Yeah.
Is someone on the bar, Sid, or do you have
No.
access to it?
We're good to go. We
Cool.
got it. Oh man, that lat is tight. I'm just laying
You
on it.
have an opportunity as well, like when you're doing these 3 position cleans. If you feel like you didn't get all of it, it's fine. When you're warming up between your warm-up sets, and also between the first the first few sets of where we're going, I would suggest spending a solid. If you got 60 seconds of rest between each round, you'll need, let's say, 20 seconds to like put on more weight. You got a solid 30 seconds or so that you can kind of match between sets.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's get this timer out of the way here.
What do you think I should throw on for weight?
Well, we're not going to do that just yet. So,
Okay.
so what we'll do here first is just some warm up, and I want to kind of explain. We're going to do a clean warm up, so with just the bar, and I'm going to kind of do it from the side, or kind of from here. But what we're going to do is, first of all, just a couple deadlifts. What I would suggest is, 10 or so deadlifts, all the way down, or at least to the mid shin, and then all the way up. I'm just warming up that lower back.
Like this?
Okay, so you're reaching quite a bit with your lower back. So
More like this?
yes, more like that. Correct. Cool. Then what we're going to do is from the high. We're going to do this basically. It's clean from the high hang. So first of all, actually, we're just going to go ahead and kind of from this position, I'm going to kind of pop the elbow, or sorry, the hips, and then actually just kind of do a high pull up here. Okay, so we're not doing a full clean yet. We're just going to go pop, keeping the bar close to the body. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Let's go ahead and get about 10 of those. When we're finished with that, we're going to do a couple of muscle cleans. And so what that means is I'm going to do high hang, but I'm just going to kind of finish with the bar with my elbows up top here. So what that means is this. Great. Elbows up high. Fantastic. Do about 5 of those. Then we'll go ahead and do basically a high power clean, high hang power clean. So that is, we're basically dropping down slightly into quarter squat here as we catch it. So popping hips, dropping down to quarter squat, standing, and resetting. Standing up all the way before dropping the bar down. Let's do about 5 minutes. And then seeing as well if you can, as you're having the bar come up, have it come up close to your body. So not here, but here, like a vertical bar pass. Yes, much better. Cool. Great, let's go ahead and put the bar down for just a few seconds. Just kind of give us a little bit of a rest. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is just same thing, but in this case, stick the landing and then drop all the way down into a full squat. Okay, so let's go ahead and go for it. About 5 of those. So we're going to high hang, landing, and then all the way down, and then drop down into that full squat. If you feel very comfortable doing that, you can just do a high hang squat clean. Do about 5 of those. All right. The second to last one that we're going to do is we're going to do this now from the knees. So we had done it from the high hang, right? Which is about here. Okay. But now we're going to go all the way down to the knees. We're going to start there. So we're going to do about 5 full squat cleans from the knees. So that is what it looks like. Full squat all the way down.
All the way down. Full squat. Full squat.
Okay, great. Let's do about 4 of those. Cool. All right, then the last one is full squat clean from from the shins. So once again from the shins here. Okay. So we'll do about 5 of those guys. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. If you don't need to, if you're not feeling super comfortable with this motion, go slow up until the high hang, and then pop the hips just only then. Cool. So, good, Sid. What I would suggest as well is, as you are doing this, right now, the bar's already at your hips. Sorry, the bars are already at your shoulders by the time you squat down. So you're like this.
Yeah.
And then you squat. So what we want to do is now, I want, like, as you're popping, the hips come down as you're going to kind of pull yourself under the bar rather than pull the bar up and then
like
squat.
that.
Yes, exactly.
So
you should already be on the way
pulling
down.
Up, go down, up.
Yeah, good. Much better.
And then one more. So I go up, down, down, up.
Yes. And this is going to naturally feel a little bit weird with just a bar. The heavier the weight will be, the easier this will feel because the bar itself will provide enough resistance for you to pull down underneath it. Does that make sense? Cool. Okay, great. So, all right. So what we'll do here is basically what we're doing is a 3-position squat clean. So what that looks like is during the workout itself. So doing a full deadlift here just to begin with, and then we'll do it from the high hang. 1. That's the first position. Second position is from the knees. Third position is from the ground. Okay? So we're starting at the high hang, we're going to the knee, and then we're going to the ground. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No. Well, the first one is simply a deadlift.
Lift.
To get into
yeah,
this
got
position.
it.
And then
Okay.
but that's not really difficult. With the weight that we're going to be using, so it's just 3 cleans: high hang, knee, ground. Make
Okay.
sense?
And we're doing just 1, 2, 3, and then rest.
And
1,
then
2,
rest.
3, rest.
1, 2, 3, rest.
And how many minutes?
We
Or
got
how
80
many
seconds. You can see here. It's
Got
every 80 seconds. We're gonna the 3 of them. And so what we'll do here is let's just have everyone go ahead and throw in a little bit more weight. Get a couple warm-ups in here. I would suggest now that we've got some weight on the bar, we're gonna want to take this from the ground. We're not gonna want to take this from the rack. So we'll have about 3 minutes before we begin the first set. So where are we at right now? 35 minutes into this. So at about 38 minutes, into this live stream, we're going to go ahead and get started with that. Doesn't matter if you're not quite at your heaviest weight yet. You should at least be at a good point to start, and then the first 3 or so sets can feel a bit like a warm-up. The last 4 sets should feel quite difficult.
And we're doing full squat down?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So from here.
I would do this from the ground.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna find that walking with a loaded bar is it's as dangerous as walking with a loaded gun.
Okay.
Not really, but you know.
Yeah.
But it sounds cool.
Yeah. No. I think we're doing 7 rounds of 8. Sorry, 7 rounds of 3.
Yes.
I think I can throw 5s on. Okay. So I'm going to start this one with 80.
Okay, that sounds great. I'm gonna start that. I'm gonna go relatively light here. As I mentioned before, I had pushed my load back a little bit ago, and so I'm just gonna kind of go relatively cautionary here. So I just started at like either 135 or 155.
Actually, I'm at 75, not 80. We'll see how the first couple of sets go. Maybe I'll increase by 5 or 10.
Okay. What time is it right now? Oh, 38. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I will connect my thing here. Let's see. And boop. Okay. Seconds every 80 seconds for 7 rounds. Good. You can see that, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we'll put that here. We'll hide this guy for now so we don't get distracted. So it's every 80 seconds for 7 rounds, 3 position cleans. You ready?
Got it.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. If anyone was watching me during that, I did an extra one at the beginning, so that wasn't intentional. That was because I actually forgot. Cool, so if you feel like you can go up some weight, feel free to do that. Like I said, I'm probably going to go pretty conservative today.
Me
on
too.
this weight. But if you're feeling good, go for it. I mean, not right now, like,
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. it too hard. Where's my chalk? 10 seconds.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go for it.
Ah. Holy. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. It's
So I'm at 15:30, 75. I'm gonna go up to 80.
cool. I don't know if anyone else can see this. You're like, my computer is quite slow. Good, 4 rounds done out of 7.
Yeah. Jump to 85. These last ones.
Going 85?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 85 and round and finish it off.
10 seconds. Three, two, one.
Ah! 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 Ah!
So when you're going, your lowest one, you're below the knees. I'm not sure you're quite at the mid shin.
Okay.
So on that
Go a
last
little
one,
lower.
Just start a bit lower. If you need to slow down to not get off balance, totally cool.
Dude, I found the perfect thing to stretch my calves out here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Last 2.
Ah! Ah!
All right, one more.
Ah. Ooh.
What did you find for your calves?
Okay. So you know the bicep curl machine? The one where you lay your triceps on it's almost like a 45-degree angle.
Uh-huh.
So it's like this. I'll show you after.
Okay, cool.
We gotta finish this.
10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Last time. Good. Nice. Highly suggest not walking with the bar.
Okay.
You like
Okay, so this is the one.
yeah.
Can you see me?
I can only kind of see you. I can see your upper body.
Hold on. So I lean up with my forearms like this,
Yeah? Oh, great.
up against this,
Perfect.
and then I can put my body into almost like a full plank, and
Yeah.
then I can pull my hip in, and I
Nice.
can feel it right in the backs of my calves.
Nice. What you can do as well is kind of give it a bit of like a pump action where spend 10
Like
seconds.
this?
Yeah, maybe 10 seconds stretching, 1 or 2 reps of actual pushing off of that. Not just like to actually use the muscle rather than just kind of switching off.
Yeah.
We can go into it later, but okay, cool. So
But yeah, this is the first one that I've found that I can like really see
get into.
super isolated.
Good. Okay,
Anyway.
so yeah, no worries. Thank you for showing. So now what we got is the Metcon 21.15.9, and it is power cleans and toes to bar, or sorry, knees to elbows. So we've already done power cleans today. Well, the only difference here is that we're going to not go into a full squat. So we're going to go in basically ground to shoulders. But we're starting from the ground, so the bar should, and if you're not using full width plates, go mid-shin, but really keep in mind to actually go mid-shin rather than kind of just below the knees. So secondly, we got knees to elbows. And so these guys are, I actually don't know this guy anymore.
Okay.
Knees to
21.15.9. Yep.
Okay, so do you see that? Basically, hips open at the bottom, knees up here, touching the knees at the elbows.
Yeah. Yeah.
So try not to.
We're just going two.
What's
There's
up?
only 2 exercises.
There's just 2.
Okay.
Yep.
I get it.
So
Sorry, go ahead.
What I would do is, do you have access to that bar or to the pull-up bar?
Yeah, right here.
Cool. I would go ahead and get a few kind of set up. I would take the same angle as you currently have it, and just tilt it that way. Yes.
So this is the. Can you see me?
Yep.
So the knee to elbow goes like this.
Yep. Yes, exactly. Yep. Now, good. Now, if that becomes untenable, i.e., you have to break it up into sets of 1 and 2. If you have to break it up into sets of 5, that's not too bad. So keep doing it if you can do like 5 or so at a time, 4 or 5 at a time.
Got it.
Like if you have to break it up into sets of 1 and 2 in like the middle of this workout, I mean, at the end of the workout, sure, just do 1 and 2. Like it's only 9 at the end of this, so I would keep it up. But if you have to scale it, doing knees as high as you can, and just set a tough enough standard for you. Yeah, exactly. Now, cool. I would say for you though, Sid, try to do this on the mat, not the floor, so that you can not walk with the bar. Walking with a loaded bar is like legit bad.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, so we can go ahead and get the weights set. So if you're set on those weights, what are you going to use for the workout, Sid?
I'm going to use the same one I just had. Oh, wait. If we're going to go 21,
you're going to do 45 of them total. So,
okay, so then
I would go down. What did you do with the
65?
workout?
I did 85.
I would say, I think you can do, so you just before did, the workout you did the other, actually, so you did 75 pounds with thrusters 2 days ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say at least 75 to 80. Like, you should do more with a power clean than you will on a thruster. A power clean.
I think I'm fine to keep to 85.
Okay, cool. If it becomes untenable,
try it. Yeah.
Just knock some plates off. But once again, like, if you're doing 5 at a time, you'll still get there. So what we're going to do is,
Hey, boss.
is that there is going to be a 10-minute time cap here. So, if it becomes untenable or whatever, and you know that you would finish this in like 15 minutes, because you're doing like 1 at a time, then knock the weights down. But if you feel like you can get this thing done in like 8 minutes or so with the weight, then go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if this feels also entirely light for you online, feel free to go up to like 135. To be perfectly honest, like if I wasn't nursing a low back thing right now, I would have programmed this at 135, not 115. So yeah, so feel free to do that if that makes sense to you.
Okay, ready to go when you are, buddy.
Okay. So, the problem I have is I usually use chalk and my chalk got wet. So, the grip is going to be a bit harder today than usual. It's fine. So, I will get started in... Basically, I'm going to set a timer here for 10 minutes on this end. And you can just time yourself based on, how much time
And Connor,
yep.
At the end of this class, after the 10 minutes are up, I'm going to calmly just sign off because I'm going to go to the 11 a.m. yoga for a stretch after this.
Yeah, sounds good.
So,
yeah.
Cool.
Great. And so good job in advance.
Yeah.
All right. So can you see this clock, this 10 minutes? All right. So getting set and going in 3, 2, 1, go.
21. Holy shit. This is savage. Feel my forearms. I can't even grip. Holy shit. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Don't use the the floor to push yourself up. If you can. You got it, last few.
All right, let's go.
Here you go. You got it. Last few. Cool. Woo! Awesome, man. Good job. That's it for you, right?
I only got 9. I only got 9 on my second 2.
Okay, so you're still going. You got 18 seconds. It's not done, man. 15 seconds. Go for 15 seconds.
What? That's 10.
Okay, keep
That's
going.
11.
8 seconds.
That's 12.
Okay. Just go.
That's 13.
Okay, time. Good.
14. Let's get to 15.
Okay, cool. Can you do 6 more on the other ones? See if you can do 6 more, okay? Great, finish this up.
Okay. 6 more.
Here you go.
1. 2.
Okay, no touching the ground
3.
to kick off. You can do it. 3 more without kicking off. You got it, man. 3 more. Yep. Good.
1 more.
Yep. Cool.
Oh,
Good. Good.
Okay.
All right, done.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love you.
Awesome, man.
Talk
We'll see you
about
later.
this
Good
after.
job. Sounds good. Cool. Okay, great. Good job, everyone. All right, so obviously, as you could see, if you did this with us, this is a forearm destroyer. There are obviously 2 of them, and unfortunately, it rained right before this, so I had literally wet chalk, which made it worse than useless. So, that was a bit of a struggle for me. but certainly a good workout for the forearms because that's part of it. I think a lot of times people are like, well, they want to feel it somewhere else in their body. You know, to Sid's point, like, which is the most, you know, important muscle group or whatever. Well, in this case, obviously the forearms were. So, good, something to work on as well. So what I would suggest that we do for the last like minute or so, before you guys all take off, is basically just take a mat and lean on the ground here. You may also be able to get a stretch in your quads too as you do this, but basically just take your palms and face your fingertips towards you, and then just kind of stretch out. You know, walk your hands out. Basically, just take a few moments to stretch out these, you know, muscles, tendons, ligaments in the forearms, front and back. You know, kind of leaning back and forth here. You'll find that this is quite helpful for you to not have some myofascial adhesions later. I actually, back in the day, and by back in the day I mean like literally earlier this year, I had really bad myofascial adhesions in my hands, in part from typing a ton, in part also from not really doing this type of thing post-workout. And so I literally couldn't type for several months until I did some myofascial adhesion work like cupping, which I'll get into at some point. But doing this type of thing post-workout, and even taking a ball and mashing your forearms, or a bar and mashing your forearms, you know, something like this, like, it's not useless. And certainly it might look silly, like, what are you doing? But ultimately, I think your forearms will appreciate you, and will be able to hold the bar again in a few days. So, you know, good job. Continue doing this as well, maybe throughout the day if your forearms kind of start clenching up on you. But regardless, fantastic job today, and we'll see you next time.